The SAP production planning process broadly consists of 5 key stages: setting up core master data, generating plant and production orders, managing components consumption and goods receipt, handling financial costing and settlement, and finally integrating with external systems and troubleshooting common errors. Before production, you must set up the material master correctly. For the finished product, go to the MRP2 view and set the procurement type to E, in-house production. This indicator tells the system to produce the materials instead of purchasing it. In MRP1 view, set the MRP type to PD, named deterministic MRP, to calculate new requirements and generate planned orders. Finally, the work scheduling view requires the production lot size and the base units of measure for routing time calculations. In production, we typically work with two material types inside the bill of material. Raw is raw material and half is semi-finished. The final product is material type FERT, finished goods. We create the bill of materials using transaction CS01 to define the component structure. Inside the bill of material, you maintain item categories like stock or non-stock items, which determine how materials are consumed. You also set the BOM usage, which opens the specification for specific process, like production, sales, or costing. Finally, one material can have several alternative BOMs to support different production methods. These alternatives are usually selected automatically through the production version. We create the routine using transaction CA01 to define the sequence of production operations. Each operation is assigned to a specific work center and includes a control key. This key determines if the operation requires confirmation and whether it is relevant for scheduling and costing. The operations also contain standard values like setup, machine, and labor times. The work center itself is created in transaction CR01. It holds the formulas used to calculate production duration and costs, linked to the cost center, and provides the capacity calendar for detailed scheduling. Production orders can be created in two ways. The first way is directly using transaction CO01, where the system automatically exports the bill of material and pulls the routine for the specific material and plant. The second and standard path is through MRP. In this scenario, a plant order appears in standard MD04, and you convert it into a production order using CO40. This automated process is the standard industry practice, as planning should drive production rather than a manual creation. You release the order using COHV or CO02 transaction. A release confirms the order is ready for execution, meaning components can now be issued and the finished product can later be received. When components are issued to production, that's movement 261. It debits in consumption account GBB VBO and it credits the stock account PS6 for that components. Later, when the finished product comes back from production, that's moved 101. It debits the stock account basics for the finished goods, and it credits GBB AUF, which is technical settlement account. This account gets cleaned later during settlement. We confirm the operation using transaction CO11N. Here you record the actual quantity produced, along with the actual labor time and machine time for that operation. These actual values are what later get compared against the standard values from the routine when we calculate variances. Backflushing means components consumption happens automatically at confirmation. So there is no separate goods issue step. It's activated with a backflashing flag either on the material master or on the routine operation itself. This is common in GIT and repetitive manufacturing, where speed matters more than step-by-step control. But there is a risk. If actual consumption differs from the bill of material, that gap only shows up during a physical inventory. CO88 closes the order financially at the end of the period. This system compares the debit side of the order, meaning components issued and time confirmed, against the credit side, meaning finished goods received at standard price. The difference between them is the production variance. It's then settled either to COPA, broken down by variance category, or to a cost center. It's depending on how the costing is configured. Everything we have covered so far, CO01, MD04, CA01, CR01, CS01, belongs to classic PP. It decides what to produce and how much. PPDS stands for Production Planning and Detailed Scheduling. It handles the exact sequence and timing of operations on the shop floor down to the minutes, taking resource capacity into account. PPDS used to run separately in a PO. Now it's available as embedded PPDS inside S4HANA. This difference matters. Classic PP answers what and how much to produce, while PPDS answers in what order and exactly when. SAP PP rarely works alone. Top-level planning can run in an external system like APO or EBP, and planned orders come down into SAP through an interface. On the shop floor side, an MES system might pull production orders from SAP and then send actual confirmation data back through an IDOC or another interface. There are three common issues that come up again and again. The first issue is outdated master data. This happens when the production version points to an old BOM or routine. If the validity period does not match the order date, the system pulls the wrong data. The second issue is the raw material shortage. Sometimes MRP has not refreshed data yet. Other times the order was released without an availability check. As a result, the component is missing when the goods issue happens. The third issue is a failure in external data. For example, an IDOC can get stuck in error status. Planned order from an external system might arrive with wrong data or never arrive at all. In these cases, production keeps running on the outdated plan until someone noticed the gap manually.